a cricket. Now, is this Dennys or is this a real cricket making this noise?
Okay, that's a real cricket.
I'm so sad that Dennys didn't try to do a cricket. I really want to hear a Dennys cricket.
Oh,
I really.
Dennys!
How do you know he didn't?
Get in here and do a cricket.
You're right.
Maybe this is Dennys. I would love this to be See? Maybe he's got some kind of like a different little thing, but it's not, sadly. No, that is actually real. Jeanette.
I don't even know how you would try to do a cricket sound.
Well, I mean, Dennys does a good cricket.
Yeah, some people can.
Yeah, you guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Cricket, cricket.
Get out.
Sounds just like it. Amazing. Okay, we got next up here. Dennys or animal. We've got a crow.
Okay, that would be Dennys.
Are you sure?
You want to think about that, Jeanette? You want to think about that one?
No, I think I'm pretty confident.
Okay. You're correct. Yes.
Yay!
That, oddly enough, that's Dennys.
That's how my relatives up in Rhode Island say car.
Ka. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, would you like a new?
Kevin, Virginia, and Jason are live on 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ Show app.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, can you believe the weekend is almost already here? Happy Thursday, everybody. Here we go.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah. All right, boy. It seems like we wrapped up one weekend. We're about ready to pounce into another one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to pounce.
Yeah, you can tell you got on a tiger shirt. The tigers are ready to pounce.
Yeah, this thing is made of, I don't know, it feels like satin. It's almost like a lingerie kind of a feel to it.
Yeah.
And I was going through a lot of old boxes, and I found my Old Faithful, my tiger shirt.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Go ahead, touch it. It's real nice. Okay, that's enough.
You know, if you cut out the eye holes on that tiger face on your shirt, I think your nipples might fit perfectly through it.
Well,
that'd actually be kind of fascinating.
Commercial break. Let's do it. I love it. Let's get this party started.
Is that a tiger eye or a nipple I see? I think it actually could work out well.
Is this an awful shirt, or does it play if you know how to work it?
I think it can play.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about how you wear it, man. It's not necessarily the clothes, it's how they're worn.
I agree.
You've worn much worse.
All right.
This is playing.
Confidence is high.
That's good. Should be right and high. That's good. Well, we got a lot of good stuff to jump into. Tomorrow, we're going to be out for Jay Bird's birthday and just celebrating a lot of good things. It's a live show, going to be at the Doss Craft Beer and Pizza. It's on Singer Island there with their Ocean Walk. You can jump into that. We'll be there just after 6 p.m. tomorrow. So that's when the weekend officially begins.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.
Okay, well, we're asking the question here if Taylor Swift is going up the ranks of the top 40 hit charts, and she's still in third place with 57. Who is it that sits at number one with 95 hits? You threw out your guess. You're saying the King, right?
I am. With confidence.
With confidence. Virginia, you are saying?
Michael Jackson. With not a lot of confidence.
Okay, well, that's good. You shouldn't have confidence because you're not right. But Jaybird, you're not really right either. The King, Elvis Presley, is tied for second with 81 Hot 100 Top 40 hits. So you got Taylor Swift is in third place with 57. She's tied with Elton John right there. Then at number 2, you got Elvis Presley is tied with, I would have never guessed this in 1,000 years, Lil Wayne.
Really?
Lil Wayne, yeah. is tied with Elvis Presley for second. And number one on the list, the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40 Hits, Drake. He has 95 Top 40 hits. Taylor Swift is still at 57.
Our background music right now sounds like low-budget Roseanne.
Yeah, I grabbed something real quick. I was like, let's try this out. Yeah. Yeah, it's from the collection of terrible music we continue to have.
Really
yeah.
going off on that harmonica over there.
Yeah. I'd like to see the bozos that put this together. Get quite a visual. So there you go. Number one is Drake, 95 top 40 hits. And it feels like there's some kind of, I don't know, smoke mirrors, tomfoolery, trickery, streaming kind of,
Well, it just, you're comparing olden times to new times, and you get your music way different. It's easier to get music nowadays than it was compared back then.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's kind of a flawed test, honestly.
Yeah, well, I think what it goes to show you is that the credentials of some of the older artists are going to start slipping away, at least when it comes to those charts, because of the nature of music today.
Kind of like how you have to do it in the Hall of Fame with baseball. You almost have to have, this was the era of, and this was the era of this.
Yeah, they take that in consideration. So there you go. Never would have guessed. Drake, number one. Lil Wayne, number two. And top 40 hits, still ahead of Taylor Swift.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jay-Bird?
Well, I've been preoccupied all week because my boy Bigfoot's, he had to be taken to the hospital. He had an episode on Monday or Tuesday morning, and they had to rush him to the ER. I'm sorry, it was either Monday or Tuesday. He was rushed to the ER. He was unconscious for, a good solid day, and we were very, very worried about him. And we got some good news yesterday. He is now alert. Okay. He is awake, and we are now ready to fight to get that transplant in him.
Good.
The new kidney. He's not out of the woods by any means, but he was up. He was laughing yesterday. Virginia was there. Panda was there. Dennys was there.
We came just in time to watch him do his swallow test, which I was giggling in the corner about because I've been passing that for years. The nurse was giving him a cup, and it was because he had been intubated. And so when they take the tube out, they want to make sure that they haven't done so much damage that you can't swallow anymore.
Okay.
And he passed with flying colors, and I was like,
I mean, he was out for over 30 hours, and his brother was even asking him, do you remember anything? Did you see anything? Did you hear anything?
Yeah.
because you're basically in a medically induced coma.
For sure.
Like,
Yeah.
they knock you out. They have a breathing tube that's breathing for you, and that's some sketchy, scary stuff.
Yeah, we walked in and he was still kind of, he woke up and then he kind of fell back asleep. So it was just me, Panda, and Dennys in there. And he woke up, and at first he was just like, what the hell are you guys doing here? Where am I? What day? He asked me what day it was.
Yeah, he didn't know what day it
Wow.
was. He tried to figure out, and he was like, I missed my appointment. They're like, it's okay. You don't have to worry about any appointments.
Yeah.
But I was very encouraged to see him up and smiling and
What do you say about that? Is it just, because I would imagine it's just like if you've ever fallen asleep for a long period of time.
He didn't seem to remember. His brother asked him, and he kind of was thinking about it. And there was a lot of people in the room. He didn't really answer, but I feel like he didn't remember because he didn't even know what day it was.
Yeah, the sign going into the ICU says 2 visitors at a time. I think we had 12 people in the room.
We had a lot of people in there, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Me, Panda, and Dennys walked into the wrong wing on the 2nd floor. Oh, my gosh. It was awful.
What you got in your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I feel bad for poor Mags. She had that student showcase. I told you about that a few weeks ago at her school. And during the student showcase, they've got all the kids doing their little thing where they come on stage. All the parents are in the audience. It was a big, big deal. But all the girls had gotten ready in the dressing room together, and she brought her makeup with her, and she had it in a bag. But she had taken her makeup in her bag and put it under a table. Well, while she was on stage, somebody went in her bag and stole her James Charles eyeshadow palette, and that might not mean anything to you two.
Nope.
But James Charles is like this famous YouTuber that does makeup, and Mags is obsessed. She loves everything James Charles does.
Okay.
And the palette was super hard to find. I think my friend Kimmy had to find one in New Orleans because they were all sold out, every store in Florida. So it was very, very special. While she was on stage performing, somebody went in her bag and stole her palette. What do I say to her? Like,
Sometimes in life, people steal your stuff.
I just feel terrible. I told her go to the teachers and make sure that she files an official complaint, but she's so distraught in her head trying to figure out which one of her little girlfriends would have gone in her bag and took her palette. And I'm just like, oh, man.
Maybe it wasn't a kid.
You think it could have been a grown-up?
Well, I knew there was a buddy of mine. He went to school, and his PE teacher was stealing all of the kids' money out of their locker. As soon as the kids were out, he'd go through all of their lockers and take all their money.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, that's a twist I didn't see.
Wow.
I just feel bad for her. It just sucks. Like the harsh realities of life. You can't have nice things and just, leave them in your bag and leave your bag not locked up because people will steal.
Yeah.
First thing
Unfortunately.
that ever got stolen from me was a Star Wars figure named Walrus Man, and I was at Lake Park Elementary. I left it on my desk, and somebody stole it. I had just gotten it, and I was heartbroken.
Aww.
Walrus Man.
Walrus Man. Wait, Walrus Man. What? That's just terrible. Yeah, that's some tough stuff. Let me see what I got on my mind here today. Looks like Miami is losing Ultra Music Fest. Did you guys
Really?
see this? Yeah.
What will Jay Bird do?
Oh,
I know.
no.
Yeah. For the first time since 1999, they say that Ultra is going to be moving out of Miami. Now, they got pushed out of Bayfront Park because I think a lot of the people who had condos and apartments right around that area were kind of sick of 3 days of constant. Yeah.
If you're not into that,
Right.
that's a little much.
Yeah, so I think, there were some issues that kind of happened with that. So this year they moved him out to Virginia Key, and then there was, some issues that had happened. Like on Friday, it was kind of crazy. People had a hard time transportation. They had a big fiasco. People actually had to walk over Rickenbacker Causeway. All the buses got filled up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they just said they're going to, bail on Miami and go somewhere else. They're thinking maybe they might just move it over to Homestead, and that might be good to kind of get it in wide open spaces. Festivals seem to thrive there where you're not going to have upset neighbors.
Absolutely.
It was to buy a bunch of stuff. I was like, you guys need to be out in the field away from people.
I think that might be a wise choice, yeah.
Away from people that paid $1 million for the condo that has to now for 3 days be boom, 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 boom. That has to rattle your glass.
It definitely rattles your glass.
Well, this is kind of what is, happening here in South Florida. I saw that, and it's a continuing thing in Jupiter. If you're up there with Harborside Place and there are noise ordinance issues and stuff like that, I just saw on the news that they just hit them with $300,000+ worth of fines.
I saw that.
Saying they need to have permits for their yoga classes and everything else they were doing. Like,
that
we had no idea.
That they threw 21 events without having a permit.
Yeah.
You need a permit for a yoga class?
Yeah. So that's kind of the ongoing battle.
I don't think Jupiter likes Harborside. Whatever's going on there is not about the yoga class and the permit. It's about somebody doesn't like somebody.
I don't know. You need a permit for a garage sale. So anywhere you do a garage sale, you need a permit. So a yoga class where you're teaching out in public, I can see you needing a permit for that.
The thing that's surprising is that they got hit with it after all these years. This isn't like it's their first year. They've been open for a while.
Yeah.
This is just coming to light.
There's drama there. I don't know
There is.
what's the problem or who's to blame,
Well,
but I don't think they like each other.
This is kind of the ongoing drama that we have in South Florida, that, it's not just Ultra, it's not just Harborside Place. This is it, because we love entertainment. And a lot of times we love these big concerts. We love the noise. We love socializing. South Florida is fantastic for that. But people also love to sleep. And so this kind of is, we keep growing so fast here in South Florida, and it becomes really, aside from, like Vegas, I would say South Florida to me is probably the best entertainment destination in all of America because you got LA. LA's very spread out entertainment wise. New York City, they obviously have their stuff, and Manhattan's fantastic, but Miami and South Florida has to rank in the top 5 without a doubt.
Even the Pizzle's starting to be out jumping.
Yeah.
Port St. Lucie West.
You're
Can I get
right.
an amen on that?
So this is an issue that is going to keep happening no matter what it is. They're talking about putting a new pop music festival on Miami Beach that's going to be happening in November, and we just keep getting one festival, one big concert after another, and it is cool to have them on these streets and in different places, but this is going to be the big rub that's going to happen is noise ordinances and issues and crowds and all that kind of stuff from city to city and community to community.
As long as we bring more restaurants here locally, I like variety of restaurants.
They're doing a good job.
I can see why people of Brickell were mad about Ultra. I get it. I mean, we saw the video. We know what goes on down there. But why would you be mad at Harborside? As a person who lives very close to that, I love having Harborside there because it's like our own little city place. It's like our own little thing. Like, there's not a lot of stuff in Jupiter like that. So they're not cranking it till 1 a.m. They cut everything off at like 11. Like, why are you mad at them?
The thing that I found, and we kind of went up against that because we tried to do some fun nighttime, dancey type things up there at Harborside Place when we were working with them years ago. And the thing that I kind of discovered, I think the attitude of Jupiter right now, every single South Florida community, and this is what I do love, kind of has its own vibe and tone. And Jupiter just is like, we don't do that here.
Well, that part of Jupiter, not all of Jupiter.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the people that live on the backside of Harborside, because a lot of other people in Jupiter, I know them, I can speak for them, love having those concerts and something to go to.
Yeah, the
right
concerts
there.
do well.
It's a 5-minute Uber ride from my house. I love that.
Yeah.
The alternative, going miles and miles away to go to an outdoor thing,
right?
It's just not affordable.
Yeah, y'all talk about the rich part of Jupiter. I mean, Jupiter's very large. Not everyone's going to be like that in Jupiter.
Well,
right.
The thing that we have in South Florida is you have people are trying to, some people want to be where there's entertainment. Some people are like, look, I'm trying to run away from it. I want quiet. And I think that was kind of it. People are like going, I bought a house here thinking this is going to be a quiet place, and all of a sudden you pop up this Harborside place, and they don't necessarily want the entertainment. They want to be away from noise and traffic and everything else, and that's kind of the running game that we have in South Florida.
You're right. I heard a person that lived out there talk about it before, and they go, it's 8:30 at night on a Saturday, and I want to just have a peaceful night, and all I can hear is this loud music. No matter where I go in my house, all I hear is loud music, and that's not cool.
So this is kind of the running game as development happens and entertainment comes along with it. People who are buying a place hoping that they can spend the next 30 years in solitude are finding out very quickly that, oh, what do you know? A new entertainment complex has just popped up next door. So this is going to be the continual rub as South Florida continues to expand.
Well, you can't buy every piece of property. Like, all you have power over is yours.
Yeah.
I think if a Harborside goes up to next to you and you don't like it and you don't have the money to buy the property yourself, you got to move.
It's the big fight with development.
That's why they're fighting.
That's why they're fighting. They're like, I don't want to move. This is where I wanted to stay. I want to try. And that is, you have cities like, Miami is the skyscrapers are going higher. Towns like West Palm are capping it, saying we can't put it above this height because we're trying to stop growth. We don't want it. We want to stay this size. We like it the way it is. We don't want, another major metropolitan. So they're trying to keep it there. But that's just the tough thing about it. People are going to come. What are you going to do about it?
There's going to be growth. And if you don't like it and somebody grows next to you, you got to go because you're stopping progress.
Some people are like, no, I want to have a quiet.
No. You're old and crotchety.
Okay,
Some people
so
are like, I want to have my quiet community,
progress.
and we don't want progress. That's it. We're building a community that is going to stay quiet.
Well, then go to Jupiter Island. They're not building Harborsides on there.
Imagine Virginia on the board. You're old and crotchety.
Yeah,
that would be the
terrible fight.
Yeah. You're exhibiting why there's a war right now.
I want to have my cocktail and live music.
Some people say go to Miami. Go to
No,
Fort Lauderdale.
that is a very expensive Uber ride. Harborside to
They're
my
saying that
house.
don't move to Tequesta.
Yeah,
People
we
wanna
didn't
move to
ask you to
Tequesta.
move.
Right.
I mean, you moved an hour away. We didn't ask you to do that.
It's not an hour away.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Up and back, kind of an hour. Up and back.
Up and back, 45.
Yeah, 45
Yeah.
with traffic. It's roughly
So they
an
say
hour.
this is your problem, not ours. We're here designed to be quiet.
How long does it take you to drive into work every day?
24 minutes door to door.
When you go home, how long does it take?
Usually a little longer.
I know it does. 40 minutes at least.
Dang.
Kevin. Yeah.
Coming to work, I don't hit the brake.
Better look out. Here's the interesting thing that's going on with this, because there was kind of a rub between Ultra and the city of Miami, and they're even calling foul because Ultra had hired a company to come in with drones, all kinds of great aerial photography, videos, and all that stuff.
Yeah?
And the company they hired, they're like, our drones aren't working. Like, what do you mean your drones aren't working?
They were blocking them. Jammers.
Yes. Now the FAA is stepping in and investigating, saying that Miami police hired a company to keep drones out of the area. A company, the FAA said, may have broken the law by jamming drone signals.
Oh, wow. This is dirty.
Yeah, and drone pilots in the area, including a company hired by Ultra, were experiencing trouble controlling their drones. And apparently jamming signals can not only bring down drones, but also interferes with emergency communications.
That's a safety issue.
And it's only
on
yeah.
multi-levels.
And the FAA is coming in and saying, look, Homeland Security has that right. You do not.
Wow.
Miami PD. Miami PD is now saying, yeah, we did have vigilant drone defense in here, but they only accepted an invitation for a drone demo. We didn't actually hire them. They just said, let's do a demo. I guess maybe that demo was, let's show them that we can...
Let's show them we can
block
disable all the drones.
Right. Well, apparently the demo was effective, but the question is, did it break the law?
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
so that
dirty.
could be a big old fight going on there. So a fascinating story about Ultra no longer in Miami.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Man, we're talking about the battle between entertainment and peace and quiet going on in South Florida. And I think every community's had it at one point or another. Even Miami, once upon a time, was a sleepy little community, and then here comes Brickell, and then, it's crazy, and then things start moving to another place. And that seems to be the constant fight, is if you hear what's going on, these town councilors are like, well, no, we want to stay quiet, small, and then here comes Ultra, and South Florida's changing like that. I saw Palm Beach County in the next 10 years, 25% increase in population.
Whoa.
South Florida is booming, baby. The next 10 years is going to get crazy.
You think I-95 is crowded now?
I know. Yeah, that's the big struggle, is they're saying how we widen these roads fast enough. And, you got crazy interchanges like, at 595 and Golden Glades and stuff like that, where you're going, wait, where are all these ramps going?
So we are going to be getting more restaurants then. If you have that many more people coming in, this is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, go out and see the world, man. They're opening all the time. Some exciting stuff out there. And somebody wanted to let you know, Jaybird, Port St. Lucie is not popping.
Oh.
That was a text that came in
I
here.
don't know.
St. Lucie West actually is popping.
Well, man, I grew up in this area, so yes, St. Lucie is totally popping compared to what it used to be.
Exactly.
It was a bunch of woods.
Comparatively, yeah. Woods to now developments going up.
It's coming. Yeah, I mean, it
They
really
got
is.
a Duffy's up there? Come on.
Oh, they got a lot of good stuff. Yeah, the Hopcat, that whole area is really starting to boom. And somebody texted in that would refute that last statement. Apparently, old Kodak Black from Pompano Beach, one of the biggest names in hip-hop today, was hanging out in Tradition at a new place called Pop Stroke. The person who texted said, yeah, my youngest daughter, 14 years old, lost her bleep.
Wow.
Okay, Pizzle, you're on the map.
That's how you get the Pizzle.
Pizzle's on the map when Kodak Black is hanging out
Kodak
there.
Black's in town.
772.
Yeah, some big stuff. And somebody said it's not just going on in South Florida. Daytona Beach is trying to get rid of Bike Week. It's been going on there for 78 years.
Wow.
I think they used to do wrestling events, major wrestling events at that thing.
There's been, Bike Week has been massive forever, so it's just kind of crazy what is going on. So.
You would think the people that run the hotels in Daytona do not want to get rid of Bike Week. My friend was telling me they quadruple the rates during Bike Week and everything is sold out.
Yeah. Well, it's the battle of it's great for travel and tourism. You get money in here, but then it does create mass chaos, at least for a weekend.
Gosh, I want to get a motorcycle so bad.
You know the rule.
I'm not allowed.
You got to start moped
You're
first.
not allowed. You can't even bicycle well.
Okay, you don't be so mean about it. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm looking out for you, Pumpkin.
No, you're
Let
not,
me-
and don't call me Pumpkin.
Let me introduce you to Vespa.
I'm down with
I
it.
don't know. I think a Vespa might be too adventurous.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
it's
don't
too
know
much, huh?
what you're talking
He's
about.
one of those bicycles they have with the motors on them now.
I want him on a kick scooter.
Okay.
That's the furthest.
Just
a razor
now,
scooter.
Now I'm getting a hog just to prove you wrong.
Okay. Well, I got a quick little fun round here of Think Fast. Are you ready?
We are ready.
Okay. Let's get Dennys in here.
What are we doing? Think fast?
Obviously, you're not.
Ironically,
Trying to remember the rules, Ken. We haven't played this. We haven't played it for a minute.
Yeah,
been a while.
odds on you're not the favorite right now.
it's not looking good for your girlfriend either, Denny.
I was like, we gotta think fast. Like 7.
Yeah.
He said it's not even
Oh, I
7.
forgot the damn rules, Denny.
Yeah. For a quick refresher here, think fast. I'm going to throw out a category, and the first person through with a working answer.
Okay, I remember this now.
Yeah, as you back up into the other room. You back far enough there?
I think I am.
I don't think you are.
Okay, so Suits is going to help me officiate this round of Think Fast. He's got it in there. So I'm going to throw out a category, and you don't have to buzz in with your name or anything like that. You just let me know when an answer pops out. Okay, here we go. First up in Think Fast. It's a snack that starts with the letter Z.
Zebra cakes.
Yeah! Vicious V! Whoa, what?
You did that on purpose. You did snacks because you know I'm too late.
Dang.
No one can hear you. You're too off mic.
He screams the answers and then tries to speak normally, and you're like, I don't know. Can't even hear him. Okay, here we go. Virginia with the first point here.
Denny's, let's combine forces.
Okay, next up, think fast. Something you might milk that starts with the letter P.
Penguin.
Pussycat!
Pigeon.
Virginia remembers.
that's
We had
right.
that in Fact or Fiction this week.
You can milk a pussycat.
Okay, Suits, I don't know. You want to give it for Pussycat?
Can you milk a penguin? I said penguin before he said pussycat.
Oh, I said pussycat first.
No, you did not.
I think we talked about, was penguin a bird? I think we talked about there were 3 birds that you can milk, and pigeon was one of the 3.
Pigeon was one. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Can
Okay,
you
we
milk
give it
a
to him
penguin?
You gonna give it to the Jaybird? Okay, Sue's gonna give it to the bird.
You can milk a cat.
Pussycat. Okay, Jaybird gets on the board. 1 Virginia, 1 Jaybird. Next up, something you might lie in to take a nap that starts with the letter H.
Hammock!
Okay.
What'd
Hammock.
you say? Oh, hammock.
I said hammock too.
Who else said it?
I
No,
said
I
it.
said it. I said it first.
Oh, you
all I
didn't?
could hear was the screaming.
Oh.
Suits, who do you think? You think Virginia or do you think Jaybird? Think it was Dennys?
What?
Virginia.
He's pointing. Virginia? Jaybird. Okay, he says Jaybird.
The witch! The witch is rattled!
Just because you don't scream,
Oh, here
do you really want all of us to
I'll
scream?
turn up your mic and turn his way down.
Here comes the complaining.
Okay, it starts with the letter S and is something you get when you pound your meat.
Sore.
Oh,
No. I'll go with that.
Steak!
No. Might be too tough.
Pound meat,
what kind?
Pounded meat.
pounded meat. Saute!
Sirloin?
Don't think we have an answer on that. Schnitzel. Schnitzel is pounded meat.
Oh,
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
I think you should count sore. Does that not apply?
I mean, technically,
I don't know. Suits,
that's who I win.
Suits, do you get sore when you pound your meat?
semantics.
He said no.
See,
well,
that-
then you're not doing it right.
Ask the bird if he's ever gotten sore.
I don't want to answer that.
Okay, all right. Judges have granted Virginia a point for that answer. 2 Virginia, 2 Jaybird here and Think Fast.
Has Denny's been eliminated?
No,
I'm still in
He's
this.
got to get this or he is eliminated.
Miho, what's going on?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Next one, Think Fast. A musical instrument that starts with the letter T.
Tuba.
Virginia
Oh,
is in with
boom.
tuba. Denny's, you out. All right, Bird, you must get this or are you out too?
Me slow.
Me slow.
Miho, don't go.
Okay, here we go. This could do it for you, Virginia.
Oh.
It starts with the letter U and is something you shouldn't open indoors.
Uterus!
Umbrella.
Okay, so ladies, when you go indoors today, do not open up your uterus. Only do that outside.
I would argue that you only open it inside. Don't open it outside.
Well, we can tell who's adventurous over here. All right.
I know you word was coming up.
Uterus.
And Virginia is our Think Fast champ. I think this list of the most streamed shows will give you an example of how Netflix has an upcoming problem. Just 2 of Netflix's original series made the list of the top 10 streamed shows.
What were those?
The 2 that they have on here is Orange is the New Black, if you count that one, and Ozark. All the rest of the top 10 shows from Netflix based off of total minutes streamed are from another platform. And as Disney Plus and Hulu and all these companies start to expand and saying, you know what, we're going to open our own streaming service and take our content back and make money off of it ourselves because they see how much money Netflix has made, this kind of means some problems because, like, The Office, which, you know, is Netflix's biggest show, 52.1 billion minutes in the U.S. it was streamed. That's one that they're talking about. Bye-bye.
Well, could you argue that The Office right now is in its heyday? More people are watching The Office now than they ever have. So right now, is The Office the #1 show out there? From a certain point of view?
Yeah, it's the amazing thing about content today because it used to be when a TV show was hot, it was when it was currently airing. That's starting to change. In fact, almost Game of Thrones, a show like that, is kind of the exception now, not the norm. A show that's currently airing that is pretty hot and a lot of people are talking about.
I mean, Office has been off the air for 7 years now.
Yeah, right. And it is the biggest thing on Netflix, and by a good bit. 52.1 billion minutes streamed on Netflix. Friends, their second biggest show, is 32.6 billion.
I mean, if you're Joey, you gotta love this.
Oh, it is. It's big. I mean, these shows are making a ton of money. What I see, I think it was like, was it just what anniversary of Friends going off the air? It was a
Virginia,
while.
you're a huge Friends fan.
I'm actually not.
The first number was popping in my head is 15, but that seems like it was too long ago, right? Was it 15 years ago since Friends did their final episode?
It has to be because I don't think Friends was on when I got on the show.
It might have been.
You old?
I think about it like my oldest son who's 21. He is always watching Friends.
Was Friends on longer than Seinfeld?
I don't know.
Because Seinfeld ended when I was in Mississippi.
Oddly enough, Seinfeld doesn't come up as a big streaming show. And is it available on Netflix?
I don't think it
And I wonder
is.
why it's not.
Because Larry David probably stopped it.
Yeah.
And Jerry Seinfeld probably stopped it.
They probably said, you didn't come to the table with enough money.
Maybe.
Because you're right. It's probably worth a ton.
Well, both those guys might not want to hold out too much longer. I'm just saying. I mean, how much longer are we going to hold out here?
Didn't they have a deal with TBS? Wasn't Seinfeld on
Maybe,
TBS?
maybe.
Yeah. I think they have a syndication.
But they have that same thing with Friends. I see Friends all the time on TBS, yet I see them on Netflix.
Friends ended in 2003.
Dang, okay. So, yeah, you're talking 15 years, and it's still... Yeah, you're right. You could argue that Friends, and they've said that Friends actually has more eyeballs watching it now than when it was in its heyday on the network.
Yeah, last season was 2003 into 2004.
Okay. Grey's Anatomy is up there for Netflix streaming at number 3. NCIS and Criminal Minds round out the top 5. But yeah, you've got to go down to number 7 on the list of the most streamed shows to get to a Netflix original. Orange is the New Black, and Ozark is 10. They got Parks and Recs in there as well with Supernatural.
Where's Narcos?
It's not in the top 10.
Wow.
Not everyone's into cocaine like us.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a good 3 months. All we did was talk about cocaine on the show.
I was so in it.
Yeah.
I loved Narcos.
Well, it just goes to show you, that it's not one of the big ones. To be fair, though, Ozark has to deal with cocaine and the drug cartel.
All right,
Big time. You're
Yeah.
right.
I'll get into that next.
So there you go.
Don't feel so bad.
Well, cocaine's still winning. Cocaine is still doing okay. See if Jaybird can get this right. If not, I say we make fun of him.
We're probably going to do that anyway.
Billy Joel's having a birthday today.
Yes.
What is his age?
Oh, Kevin.
Oh, boy. Come on.
Okay, hold on.
Come on. Come on, Bird. Please, not now. Not today. Not on this.
And you call
Hold on,
yourself
hold on.
a fan.
He's 70. He turned 70 today.
Oh, you got it.
I had to use my psychic ways.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Oh, but my powers are very tired now.
Okay.
Too much.
Got to say happy birthday, Rebecca. Becca Boo. Happy 18th from Mom, Dad, Captain Jack, our rescue dog, and the whole extended family.
Aw.
Happy 12th birthday to Harrison Jonah from Mama, Dada, and Jameson. Brother, not the alcohol. Also, like to wish my wife, Mom, Kim Henry, happy birthday from Daddy Don, Danny, DJ, Bella, and Harley. Happy birthday, Kim, from Mom and Dad and your sisters. Also, got to say happy birthday to Chloe Jadzinski from your dad, Motor City Mongo, turning 12.
12.
See you there, Chloe.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll see the fam when we head up to Michigan. Happy 8th birthday to Maya. Love Mom, Dad, Carly, Jack, and Cesar. And also happy birthday to Colin. Love his brothers Miles and Marshall. So there you go. That's our birthdays today. Want to get a birthday on the KVJ show? Easy to do. You simply just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. I know Virginia is going to be celebrating at the Rapids Water Park. It is the mother-daughter look-alike contest.
Woohoo!
It's going to go on from noon to 2. If you think you look like your daughter, you think you look like your mom, come on out, because first place is getting a 2-night staycation to the Gates Hotel South Beach.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's a good little place to go hang out.
And Mom's getting free on Mother's Day, which I think is an awesome deal.
It is a very good deal. I mean, that's a fun time.
You and Mags are looking some kin. There was a shot of her from the profile, and I thought it was you. And I'm like, that's Mags.
Facebook thinks Mags is me. Every time
Really?
I have a picture of her that I put on Facebook, it tags it as me,
Wow.
which is a compliment for me and not so much for her.
Okay. How about that? Yeah, you're right. You guys are. So maybe you guys, can you win your own contest?
No,
Okay.
we are not eligible.
You're not eligible. Okay. I just want to check on that. Coming up here in just a little bit, 89% of Americans think they know, quote, a great deal about their mom. 89%. But have you ever found out something shocking about your mom later in life? Where you thought you knew a lot, you were part of that 89%, be like, but wait, what? What did my mom do?
Remember that intern we had that time that found out her mom was in Playboy back in the day?
Oh, that's the kind of stuff we're talking about here.
That's the goods, baby.
Yeah. Got a story like that? Let us know about it. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. Would you say that you're part of the 89% of Americans that know a, quote, great deal about their mom? Now, a lot of the stuff they were talking about here to qualify it, things like where she grew up, where she went to school, what street she lived on as a kid. I know 2 out of 3, and I don't know if actually my mom grew up on a street. So
It was that kind of woods.
she grew up in a town called Hinton, West Virginia, and I think she grew up on a hill in a solo house.
We just had a drive, and it
Overlooking
was
coal.
There were
and-
no streets whatsoever.
no street sign.
overlooking coal and moonshine stills. You know, I think
And sadness.
right.
I don't know. Moonshine still. That sounds like fun.
You drink it because you're sad, though.
So yeah, 2 out of 3. So I would say for the most part, I know a good bit about my mom. Good bit. But even if you think you know a good bit about your mom, there might be something that jumps up and surprises you. What I want to find out today, was there ever something shocking about your mom you found out later on in life?
Yeah, but I can't talk about it.
Why?
Because I just can't.
Like, you know, maybe mom had a groupie past or something like that you just never had any idea.
You don't have nothing about your mom?
I mean, my mom was a virgin when she got married, I think. And really, her first time she ever got drunk was on her wedding night.
Okay.
And she peed on the floor. And she
Okay.
got up and she was giggling because the way she was sitting, she peed in a heart shape. And she thought it was a good omen.
That's so
That
romantic.
is the most romantic / grossest story I've ever heard.
I thought it was
So,
adorable.
Your mom could move them hips then.
I mean, what was Dad doing?
I mean, it's a wedding night.
Okay.
I think you know what Dad was doing.
Yeah.
What an interesting story.
Okay. Elizabeth is on the line here from Loxahatchee. Elizabeth, what is the interesting and shocking thing you found about your mom later on in life?
Okay, so my mom's passed, and she's been gone for quite a while now. She died in 2000. So recently, as of like 6 months ago, me and my brother and my sister found out that my mom had a baby out of wedlock and gave it up for adoption, and my half-brother reached out to us, and we were floored.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Wow.
Are you talking with
My
them?
niece took one of those DNAs. Somebody reached out to her and said, I think you're a cousin. And at my wedding a few years ago, one of my other cousins had mentioned, oh, did you guys ever find your brother? And we're like, what are you talking about? We were all drinking, so we just thought she was drunk and didn't know what she was talking about. And then my brother put two and two when this guy reached out to his daughter, my niece, and called him. And I said, I think he might be my half brother. And lo and behold, we redid the DNA test. And yeah, we have a half brother that lives in North Carolina. And my mother was terminal, and I spent hours on hours with her talking about everything. And she never, ever said a word to us. So we were just like, oh my God, cannot be happening. So yeah, I have a half brother. We never know.
How is your half brother?
How
is his life? How was he raised?
He's a year older than me. And my brother and sister are 10 and 11 years older than me. So he was given up. We don't even know where his dad was. We don't know. We're still trying to get the aunts to tell us the story. Nobody can really remember. But so he was raised by a couple in North Carolina, and they are great. They gave him a good life. And they've passed on, and his children gave him this 24andMe DNA test for Christmas, and he was trying to find. So he found us. Unfortunately, we had to, tell him the sad story that my mom has passed on, but, and did we have any connection to his father? None of us know anything about it. So, yeah, so that was, we just found out 6 months ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So many family secrets are being unearthed now.
Jaber's been given one of these DNA tests, and apparently his family's not real comfortable about him taking it.
A few people don't want me to take it, and I don't know why. I'm like, what?
Well,
what are the secrets?
Exhibit A, Elizabeth from Loxahatchee.
What's going on? Why are some people groaning for me to take this DNA test?
You need to take it.
Now I want to take it.
If anybody groans, you need to take it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Because people got in touch with me when I took it, saying that they thought we were related, and I don't think we are, but I never called them back.
Here's what you need to do is you need to just have that box, and we can let people borrow it. You don't actually need the DNA test. And then what you do is when your family's gathered together, you take the empty box from Ancestry DNA, and you'd be like going, look what I got, and I'm getting ready to take, and just see their reaction. Or if they start freaking out, you've got some secrets going on in your family.
Or bring it in just like this and go, so I got the results. Anything you want to tell me? And then they'll go, oh!
Good too. You might get the answers right there. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So what is that shocking thing you found out about mom later on in life? 877-979-WRMF.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
What shocking thing did you find out about your mom? Now, 89% of Americans say, I know my mom pretty well. Things like the town she grew up in, the street, those kind of things. But maybe later on in life, you find out that, whoa, I never would have imagined my mom did that. Bradley's on here from Port St. Lucie. He had kind of one of those moments. What was the shocking thing you later discovered about your mom, Bradley?
All right, so I have to put this in a little bit of context. My mom is this goody two-shoes, evangelical Christian, never done anything wrong in her life, or so I thought.
Uh-huh.
So she met my dad, and he owned a restaurant, and she went and worked for him. And fast forward 21 years, it's my birthday, and my dad decided to take me out. And he gets a little honest when he drinks.
That's a nice characteristic.
Yes, I've learned quite a few things actually from that. But one of the things I found out on my 21st birthday was that when they met, the first time they hooked up, not only did they do this in the back of the restaurant in a hot tub that he had set up in the back of the restaurant he owned.
A hot tub in the restaurant?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he had like a little apartment set up in the back of it.
Of course he did.
And, yeah. And he was like, he's a single guy meeting ladies and all that. Well, he takes my mom back there, and according to him, I was conceived because of a lot of Jack Daniels and a lot of cocaine.
A lot of cocaine.
That's amazing.
Oh, man. Wow. Okay.
What was your response to that?
Your dad's a rock star, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I could totally see him doing this. Like, that didn't surprise me at all. But I had never even considered my mother ever doing anything like that.
Yeah. Good girl, evangelical Christian mama. That ain't going to happen.
Good girl's gone bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's a pretty interesting story there.
Every week at church, never do drugs. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom.
If you want to find some of the craziest secrets ever, just go into a church. It's just, if you just could know, like, all the secrets up and down every single aisle, Virginia, oh, man, there's some dirty dirt in there.
Well, a lot of people are in there because they've done bad.
Yeah,
and they're
absolutely.
like, I got to turn this thing around.
I got to do something different with my life.
I can't go to St. Peter looking like this.
That's right. Dang, that's some good stuff. Got a whole bunch of other text messages that came in, too. That one crazy thing you'd never imagine, the shocking discovery about your mom. Somebody said, my mom used to make me clean all the time growing up, and over the summer, about 15 years ago, she made me organize and clean her closet.
Uh-oh.
I found her old yearbook. Started reading some of the little notes signed by her friends.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, my mom was a stoner and a slut. Now, my mom does not smoke. She rarely even drinks. She was mortified when I found it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Kind of took away the thunder for giving that typical parental talk.
How do you find out she's a slut, though? What are they writing in the yearbook?
Barely made it very clear whatever was written in there. But that's exactly what she was. Somebody else texted in and said, I found out about 2 years ago my mom beat my aunt's ass because she was being a major bee to my grandma, and that's why everybody in my family is now still scared of her.
Wow. Well,
Okay.
You're standing up for Grandma.
Yeah, kind of like that, actually.
You're on the right side of this one.
The shocking thing I discovered about my mom, I found out when she was in the military, she smuggled hash from Amsterdam to the U.S.
Did she get caught?
Apparently not.
No.
Or you
Sounds
probably
like
wouldn't know.
she made it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I found out as an adult that I am 6 and 8 years younger than my siblings because my mother had an affair in between.
Wow.
Apparently there's a time gap she didn't expect. And somebody else said, my father-in-law just found out 2 years ago that he had a younger sister 11 years ago than him, and he never knew about him. His mother gave her up for adoption.
A younger sister?
Yeah.
How do you not know Mom's pregnant?
Maybe if he was young enough.
Yeah, if you're little, you might not understand that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they have different fathers, which is probably why she hid the pregnancy. But now they're like in their 50s and 60s, and they're just finding out that, oh, you got a surprise sibling.
Ancestry DNA.
I mean, do I take it? Do I do it?
I think you should.
Do I go against some of my family's wishes?
I don't know. Somebody said, what if the DNA test reveals that Bert is actually aunt and son?
That
I mean, a KVJ show bomb.
That would rattle me.
Yeah.
Oh God! I think anything that I don't think is like, if my life altered anyway, I'd be rattled. Even if they said that I'm not Italian, I'd be, wait, what?
You said certain people in your family don't want you to take it? Who?
I don't know if I want to say that. My dad.
Your dad?
Well, I don't think my dad likes it. Ann and my dad were kind of like,
He's in an age he doesn't need surprises.
Ann and your dad didn't want you to take it?
wait a minute, are we discovering something right now? Did Ann and my dad have enough? No, that's not why. Ann didn't want to take it because I think her quote to my sister was, I'm old, I'm Italian, what else do I need to know? What else do I need to know? That's what she said.
That's a very old school way of looking at it.
Wise words, possibly.
I'm doing it.
I did it. It was fascinating.
I look just like my dad. I look just like my mom.
You do.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. But there is a secret somewhere.
There might be other connections that you'll find out about because other people that have taken it will reach out to you and say, hey, Ancestry DNA, let me know that we might be related.
People don't like these DNA tests anymore because of murders that have gone on. They don't want their... I don't know.
Okay.
You think your dad might have murdered?
No.
Oh.
But
He seems so sweet.
Yeah, poor Randy's being painted with quite a corner here today.
I think everything's cool.
I think everything's cool.
I mean, this is quite a soap opera. I can't wait to see your results.
But I am going to take it, though.
Okay. All right. Coming up here in just a second, apparently somebody on the KVJ show has a car that's too crappy for valet. We'll find out who coming up next. Apparently somebody on the KVJ show has a car that's too crappy for valet.
Oh.
It's the only thing we can figure out with what happened here. They took the car to valet and conveniently, no, we can't valet that right now. Lot's full. And then all of a sudden, like a BMW pulls up. They hop off, and all of a sudden, it's like the lot freed up.
Well, there's a couple of cars that could qualify for this status.
I saw it all happen, too. And
You did.
Dennys thinks that the guy was like, oh, no. The guy was, without a doubt, he was looking at Dennys' car, and he did not want to valet it. He told Dennys to go park it. He made it seem like it was like this good deal. No, just park it on the side over there. It'll be quicker for you guys, blah, blah, blah. The lot is full, and 2 minutes later, the valet was parking a BMW.
Yeah. I'm sure that's probably when they have a car that they don't deem worthy of valet.
Sure.
They've got you know what, either the lot's full, or hey, you know what, you'll get a better deal, you'll save money, or this is a better thing to do.
The guy was eyeballing everything. You know, some people just have a look on
Had
their
a little
face.
tood.
He did.
Well, I think I know where you guys were because I had just seen you.
Let's not say where.
I'm not saying where, but I just passed them on the street. And they just look like they're up to no good.
Oh, whatever.
Get out of here, you judgmental witch.
The windows are down. Jay-Bird's got his arm hanging out. That's how I noticed it was you.
Oh, the nerve of me to have a window down with my arm out. I mean,
You
What?
both are like so low down in the seats, like you can barely see over the windshield, like over the dashboard.
Hey, look, we're not DeQuesta people.
It looks like you're low riding and
know-
hiding and doing something.
Not all of us are fancy pants living in DeQuesta, building pools.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob over here.
That's right. We got regular people
Oh,
cars.
there ain't nothing silent about either one of us.
And Dennys, I mean, you do deserve accolades because you just bought a new car, but you gave it to your wife.
I did.
And that, I think, is the most darling, sweet thing.
Yeah.
So valet discrimination's real then.
There have been times, I've had some beaters in my day that I have been self-conscious about going through valet or going to some nicer places.
Remember that Amigo you had?
Yeah.
The thing wouldn't turn off. You would turn it off and you would pull the key out, but it wouldn't shut off.
Yeah, and it would it would rev
It
itself.
would rev.
So it would vroom. So I would be at a red light. And like some Maserati would pull up beside me and it would start going. Vroom,
You're like, not now.
vroom, like
You
like
wanted
I'm
to
trying to
race.
send a message. And I'm trying to go. No, I'm not trying to race you. I know I'm in a really crappy car. It's. Vroom.
So would you try to valet that thing?
Yeah, well, sometimes you wind up in situations where I used to be the guy that I would drive everywhere, be going, "Where's a lot? Please, sweet Jesus, find me a place to park so I don't have to try to go to valet because of the shame. I didn't have air conditioning in it." And so what I would do when it was so hot, I would drive around. When I saw like the sprinklers on and they were hitting into the street, I'd roll my window down and I'd go over and hope the water would hit me in the face. I was like,
Poor man's air conditioning.
Yeah.
Nobody tells him it's reclmed water.
You're so desperate you don't care.
He's from Ohio. He doesn't understand fancy things like
I
sprinklers.
smelled like rotten eggs. I was disheveled.
But you were cooler.
It was terrible. Yeah, no, you have that. Yeah, sometimes there are things where you just a nice place, or you're going to a wedding, or maybe even a prom.
I saw you pull up to a country club because I was behind you.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
so embarrassing.
Oh,
I
it
pretend like I
was.
didn't know him.
Yeah.
That's so not cool, man. Blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, shame. Virginia had it. Yeah. All right, Dennys is ready here with a joke jury. On Tuesday, we celebrated 20 years of KVJ. It was Kevin of Virginia back on May 7th of 1999. Jaybird joined us 5 years later. We've been KVJ ever since, and so I guess as kind of an anniversary present, Jaybird's Dennys. Sorry,
What's his name?
I'm doing that stuff like my
like your mom.
like my grandma does.
multiple kids.
You name everybody in the family before you get to the right person. Yeah, yeah.
I
Dennys
saw
over
somebody do that yesterday. It's a mom thing.
here. They name
You're
everyone
like
in
a
the
mom.
family.
He just named everybody on the show but the right person.
My wife does that too to all the kids. Like, nope, keep going. Wrong one. All right.
It sounds
Dennys.
like we're high, by the way.
I feel like I am. What's going on here? All right. This is a roast version of the joke jury today.
Oh, yeah. For the 20th anniversary, you guys deserve a roast. Starting off with Kevin. Kevin has had many accomplishments in his life. He left his hometown to pursue a career in radio, raised a beautiful family, and now he's hosted a show in South Florida for 20 years.
Yeah.
But of all his accomplishments, nothing makes him more prouder than his new hair.
It's true.
You're right.
Is this a joke or is this just... Are you just...
Is this a funeral reading?
We agree.
I feel like he's doing a dissertation here.
Dennis, you know what happens when you stray
I hear
from
ya.
the plan?
I love it, though.
We're burning the heat up while you're waiting for the great insult.
That was the nicest roast I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'm like, yes.
What's your roast name? Vanilla Nice?
Get out of here. It doesn't get him laid. It gets him paid, all right? Moving on.
You better burn my boobs.
And
Come
Virginia's
on now.
so beautiful. And,
She's got the nicest voice.
and Jaybird. Wait, are there going to be jokes in there?
All right. Well,
Okay, 0 for 1. Here we go.
Virginia, so much profanity comes from her house. I've heard the F word, the S word, even the C word. And that's all from Baby Rocco.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But don't worry, Virginia never uses the word a-hole unless it's on live radio.
You want the biggest ass on your side.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were really saying the word again. I just got so tricked. I didn't know there was a clip involved.
I didn't mean to scare you, Bird.
Oh, man.
Bird had a heart attack.
Like, what are you doing? You mad woman.
And of the two words to bleep out, I'm glad that Denny's bleeped out whole.
I think you bleeped the wrong word.
That's the word we don't want to hear. I mean, that's filthy.
You bleeped the wrong word.
He bleeped the wrong
Thank
word.
God you didn't say MF'er. We would have totally bleeped mother. I mean, now you can't say MF'er on the radio. Hey, this is the most interesting roast I've ever been a part of.
I don't think this is going the way he planned, which is why it's awesome.
I think we're roasting Denny's.
I'm gonna go roast some food. All right. What? Just add to the roast motif.
No, I gotta hear.
No, man. We want this to go on.
I want the awkwardness to continue at least for one more joke.
You are crushing.
Okay, Jaybird, I believe we're on now.
Yeah, Jaybird's looking good these days. Lean, mean, tan. In case you didn't notice, he lost a bunch of weight. He lost it in just a few months, just like his wallet, his cell phone, his keys, his car, his pizza at Rosalita's.
I didn't mean.
Oh!
I'm just kidding.
It's state the obvious.
It's the obvious roast today.
Denny's wants this over with so bad. So you, Kevin, need to prolong this. Make him sweat it out.
Suits. You got suits? We need suits.
Yeah, I got suits.
Suits. I mean, come on, suits, right? I mean, he wears suits. And,
Yeah. He's done a complete 180, if you notice. Since he's jumped on the KVJ show, he's fit, he's cool. In fact, he's been getting some new tail. I know this because I overheard him talking to his mom about dropping off a new cat.
That was funny.
Cat jokes.
Come on, Virginia. We had him on the ropes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was
let him have a
funny.
laugh.
That was funny.
Yeah, so now Suits is surrounded by pussy cats. Oh! Cleaned it up.
All right. So tomorrow, here's the new thing. Tomorrow when we do the KVJ live show, you must bring tomatoes.
I'm not going to lie, though. This is the hardest I've ever laughed during the joke.
Boom! It's a reverse roast.
Oh,
You got me.
Okay. Well, we got round 2 tomorrow. Das Craft Beer and Pizza on Singer Island.
That'll go easier.
I can't wait to throw a live crowd into the mix next time. We've delved into the KVJ personal Twitter accounts. Pull out some tweets here. You just got to tell us in the right order whose tweet is whose. Okay, tweet number 1. Who put this on their own personal Twitter account? Okay, the tweet says here, I'm actually straight with God. Hope you have a great weekend on the Treasure Coast. Maybe I'll come say hi, since I know your address and everything, you big dummy. Shannon is a troll. Shannon is a bitch.
Very aggressive. A lot of drama in that tweet.
It was a guy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no clues.
Wow. Why do you even bother doing games with us?
We don't do any challenging contests. I mean, it's just...
We really don't.
No, we don't do anything
The hardest
as
game we
challenging.
have is Dennys or Animal.
Okay, tweet number 2. Weed comers are real people. I saw a woman sit on a couch for 3 solid days after she smoked a Wonder Joint. Hashtag the more you smoke. Tweet number 3. Out of habit, I will likely order several beers from myself for myself. And tweet number 4. I just accidentally dropped a statue on my friend's balls. He lost his appetite, and now he can't eat. So I ate his sandwich for him. Hashtag worst friend ever. Okay.
These are kind of easy, too, even if we don't give clues.
These are really easy.
Yeah. Okay. What you think here? Give us those tweets and in the right order, 877-979-WRMF. Okay, we're trying to figure out exactly who sent out which tweet here. Very, very challenging. First tweet here. It's got a tone. All these have a tone. If you know our tones, this should be a pretty easy contest. It says, I'm actually straight with God. Hope you have a great weekend on the Treasure Coast. Maybe I'll come say hi since I know your address and everything, you big dummy. Shannon is a troll. Shannon is a bitch. Okay, tweet number 2. Weed comers are real people. I saw a woman sit on a couch for 3 solid days after she smoked a Wonder Joint. Hashtag the more you smoke.
Are you saying weed coma?
Weed coma. Yeah, weed coma. Tweet number 3 says, out of habit, I will likely order several beers from myself for myself. And tweet number 4 said, I just accidentally dropped a statue on my friend's balls. He lost his appetite, and now he can't eat. So I ate a sandwich for him. Hashtag worst friend ever. Diane is on here from Wellington. Hello, Diane.
Hi, how are you?
Good. All right. What do you think? Put it in the right order of tweets.
Virginia, then Dennys, Kevin, and then Jaybird.
That sounds like a smart pick. Congratulations. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Got tickets for you for Cirque du Soleil Corteo at the BB&T Center, okay?
All right, thank you.
Starts July 24th. Going to be a good time. Goes to August 4th. And you can get the tickets right now on sale, Ticketmaster.com, or the BB&T Center box office is where you'll find them.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
Yeah.
Look, so many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, yeah. Is what we're talking about. Okay. This guy was busy, and a good little lesson here why you do some pretty erratic things when you're on meth. So don't try it, kids. Guy in North Dakota went into a Catholic church mass while high on meth. Bad combination. He proceeded to rip off all his clothes. Then he started
Oh, he did not.
punching his pope. I don't know. What do you say here? It's, I don't know.
Hopefully he didn't bless the people.
Choking the nun. I don't know. Yeah.
Poking the priest? No, that sounds weird. Sorry.
That's totally different. Yeah.
All right, I'm so sorry. And please don't send hate emails. I get that was an uncomfortable comment.
He's doing this in front of the congregation.
Ugh.
But he's not done. He went from that to dipping his butt into the holy water
Oh, no.
while continuing his lewd act.
Now you grab a hymnal and you just knock his ass out.
I got a question. What if all of a sudden he comes to and says, hey, I shouldn't have done any of this. May you please forgive me. Does he get forgiveness?
I think you have to. But you don't want to.
Is that how it works? I mean, guys, I don't know what happened. The animal in me just took control. Please forgive me.
You don't, after what he just did, you don't want to put him alone in a confessional.
Yeah, if he goes in the confessional
Yeah.
and he says he's sorry, He just has to say a few prayers and he's done.
His sins are
If
erased.
you're going to do that, get in the confessional.
Get in the confessional now.
We don't want to see that.
They don't have levels on that, though. Like, there's at least, even after you ask for forgiveness, you still are kind of like a...
Nope, you're forgiven. You just have to say the prayers.
Sweet. That's right. Yeah, he's since pled guilty of disorderly conduct and indecent exposure.
What a dirtbag.
And admitted he was, quote, tweaking on meth.
How did he get that far? Like, it takes time to walk in, take off your
Yeah.
clothes, then stick your butt in the baptismal or the holy water. Like, before that, doesn't anybody tackle him?
Have you ever seen something so surreal you don't know what to do, and you're afraid to say something in the beginning because you don't know if what you're seeing is real? That's probably what happened.
Maybe.
Kind of like, I really just don't even know where to go with this.
And who wants to go tackle that guy?
Me.
Okay, have fun with that.
Virginia is on the case.
Have fun.
I'm going to grab a chalice and smack him over the head with
I'll
it.
be in the back pew with popcorn watching the whole thing.
Please video it, because we need to go viral.
Popcorn's the right thing. They say there's a risk of people who want to go to this strip club in Hudson, Florida. The risk? Apparently people are coming down with the Hep A, or could. Now, it's not from a questionable stripper. The food. Apparently a food worker at this strip club in Hudson, Florida tested positive for the Hep A.
Same place, same town, a Taco Bell. People who ate at the Taco Bell were freaking out because somebody was exposed with Hep A there.
I know. Stuff's popping up all over the
It
place,
was in the Tampa area? Is that where it's at? I believe it was in the west coast of Florida.
Hudson, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know, tainted food.
It's messed up. I mean, how would you ever know? How would you ever
Right.
be able to prevent that from happening at any place? Really?
When I read that, first of all, when I saw the story on the news, they had a Taco Bell on there, and I'm going, oh my gosh, that looks like the one by work. Oh my gosh. And then it was one in Tampa, but they said...
Because they all look alike.
Yeah, that's the plan.
No, this one had, it had 45th Street doors. I'm telling you.
Oh, it did. Okay. Well, there's a guy in California who just got arrested after he pointed his rifle-shaped bong out of his window.
Oh, that's scary. Everybody thought it was a rifle, you dope.
So the cops evacuated the area.
Of course.
Yeah.
Lock that guy up. He needs to be at least spending 2 weeks in jail for being dumb.
Yeah. That's what happens. California, they legalize weed. Colorado, they've legalized weed, and now they want to take it a step further. Denver's about to become the first city in the U.S. to decriminalize psychedelic mushrooms.
Really?
Yes. How about that, huh? I got a reaction from Dennys in there. He's mumbling something to Suits.
Let me guess, he's smiling.
Yeah. He does look a little happy. He's making vacation plans right now.
He's on the right side of the vote.
Uh-huh. There's a guy in Oklahoma City who just got busted on Tuesday for throwing a concrete block through the window of a police car.
Oh.
That'll get their attention.
What a dummy.
This ain't the first time he's done it either. Not even the second. It's the third time he's been arrested for throwing a cinder block through a cop car window.
All right, lock him up for a good year.
Dummy.
Don't even let him out.
There's a guy in Pennsylvania. Got arrested. He went on a 130-mile-an-hour chase for 45 minutes with the cops. And then when they pulled him over, he takes off, trying to get away from him, and pulls out a 2x4, swinging it, trying to get him away from him.
Oh, my gosh.
They actually had to tase the guy to calm him down. After they arrested him, they're like, what are you doing? He wasn't hammered, wasn't on anything. He thought they were fake cops. He says.
Whatever.
He says.
There's 15 fake cops. If the chase went on that long,
Right, had
there
to
was
be, yeah.
so many cop cars, and there were so many cops involved. They were all fake. Come on.
Yeah, they got him on charges including aggravated assault, fleeing and eluding, and resisting arrest. So
Lock him up, too. Lock
Lock
all
him-
these.
lock him
we
up.
need to lock up.
Lock
You can
him
see
up.
why we go overcrowding, can't you?
We need a bigger jail.
Jeez.
There's just too many lunatics.
There's a high school senior in Kentucky who took his school to court. He didn't want to be vaccinated for the chicken pox.
Yeah, I saw this story. He was like not wanting to get vaccinated, protesting it, making a big deal out of it, lawyered up.
He's like, you can't make me. Guess what he just caught?
Chicken pox.
I mean, it is pretty. It's not that big of a deal. It's chicken pox.
I'm so happy he got the chicken pox.
Can people die from chicken pox?
I think you can die from anything if you are not careful.
I don't think you can, like, if you have a good immune system and you're young and fit, you're fine.
You can die from chicken pox if you grew up in the 1600s.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. And listen to this. They say the State University of New York in Plattsburgh is using therapy donkeys to help students relax for finals. Therapy donkeys.
Aren't donkeys a little loud to be helping you relax in class for a final?
I don't know.
These animals work miracles. They do truly miracle work because they can make you feel better if you feel bad. They can simply do that.
I love donkeys. So then I was like, yay! And I ran over here.
These animals can bring your stress levels down. You have a hard, stressed life or day. Spend 10 minutes with them, you'll chill right out.
You are used to being behind a screen and talking to people. It can kind of get you disconnected, and that's kind of where our life is socially now. And so with animals, you can't text an animal, you know. You can take pictures of them, but you're touching them. That's how you're physically connecting with them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there you go. That's their argument for therapy donkeys.
Do you want me to clean up some of Virginia's mess about the chicken pox? You can die from chicken pox. There are cases of that. A lot of people don't.
Just what I said. If you have a weakened immune system or you're old, but if you're young and you're in great shape, most people don't die from the chicken pox.
Yes.
That's what I said. Problems?
All right.
He's not believing that.
Stop squeaking over there. You're wrong.
If you can squawk, I can squeak.
And more animals in schools. Well, at least so they say. A school in France registered 15 sheep as students. So their class sizes wouldn't be increased because of too few students. Apparently, it's actually a loophole in the law that lets them count these sheep as students, and so they won't have to add more students to the classes.
Somebody tell Mary had a little lamb that, because remember that sheep couldn't go to school.
That's right.
Can you take the sheep to prom? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
We took a sheep to a hotel one time and tried to check in. Remember
Yes,
that?
I do remember that, yeah.
They didn't let us.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
That
why.
didn't work out. I think we even put lipstick on the sheep.
She was pretty.
She was very pretty. Sounds kind of sweet. Online luxury shopping site, Hush Hush, known as the Amazon for millionaires, has posted this ad for what they claim to be one of the best jobs in the world. For $1,865 a week, the prospective person will review yachts, living, eating, sleeping on board for a week at a time. They say the pay pretty much works out to, for 50 weeks out of the year, about $93,000 would be your salary just for chilling on yachts and writing about it.
And you don't have to have a place to live because you always live on the yachts.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know exactly, like, if you just bounce from one yacht, now you check into another one, or, you'd be on it for a little while, maybe 3 days out of the week, and then you have to have a place here or there. That's possible. But still, at $93,000, you could find...
You could get a little hotel room, a little cheap hotel in between.
Yeah,
Or you want to save some money, get a motel.
Yeah, or live in your car.
There you go. Hush Hush says that nautical experience is, quote, not necessary, although familiarity would be beneficial when writing about a yacht. More importantly, you got to be 21 years or older with a valid passport and the ability to take off at a moment's notice. So flexibility is key for this gig. But $93,000 annually just to live on, eat on, and review yachts, that's not a bad gig.
It's not bad. Don't tell me you're thinking about leaving.
Gosh, well, I don't know anything about being nautical, so I really don't have the expertise, and I definitely don't have that flexibility to leave at a moment's notice.
No.
You're not nautical, you're hotical.
Okay.
Compliment.
Thank you.
Uncomfortable, but yet compliment.
Thank you.
We don't give enough compliments to each other. I'm trying a new thing out.
Okay. This is new. It is kind of surprising. There are some jobs out there. I'm fascinated by jobs that people have and sometimes what they pay. because I a lot of times don't know, or I think, and like things, like you're like, no way, really? That's crazy. And it's actually probably good to know some of these salaries, especially if you're younger and you're trying to figure out what I want to do with my life.
Heck yeah.
I was just reading today. I want to see if this is true or not. Can somebody confirm this? Walmart store managers, I read this today, make an average of $175,000 a year.
Now that's the big guy, like the general manager of the whole entire store.
It's probably the either the district manager. I don't think it's the general manager in the store. It's probably the manager that oversees the district.
Okay.
I had a buddy who did that for a different company, that like a Walmart, and that was his position. He oversaw all of the stores in his district, and he kind of made that salary.
Okay. Can somebody confirm? Because, what it says, Walmart store managers.
Huh.
Is
That would
exactly
be
what
insane, and I'm quitting today.
$175,000 a year. Is that what it's paying?
It says here when I Google it, it says $92,000, but that's still.
Yeah.
92 is not bad. 175 to me was eye-popping. Like, wow, okay.
Bird might be right, though. That might be your district guy.
I don't know.
Where he's got like 7 or 8 stores under his umbrella.
Yeah. Can somebody confirm that? Do you know what a store manager at Walmart's getting paid?
But I'm already reading. People are saying there might be a bonus structure in there that could put you over into the 6-figure. I think managers at Walmart get paid. Then can you all do a better job getting your other people helping in the aisles when there's nobody around?
Yeah, it's fascinating. So I'm just kind of curious, is there anybody out there that has a job where your salary would surprise us? Because that was like, I mean, if that is true, Walmart store managers at 175, to me, that's eye-popping. That was surprising to me.
Someone was telling me they're a bartender down in South Beach, and they said they make $150,000 a year. Now, they're grinding and they're always bartending, but they're making $150,000 a year.
I believe
bartending.
it. I believe those prices, yes.
Wow. It's not bad. Yeah, I've talked to some people that will do that. Some were even like Wellington, Palm Beach, those people. Some of those bartenders, one person was telling me that, they were making some pretty good money. I think just shy of $200,000.
Whoa.
But they didn't have to worry about a place to stay. And what they did was they would follow this family around. So they were here on Palm Beach, and they would bartend for them basically wherever they hung out during season. And then in the summer, they go to Nantucket or wherever it is. Maybe it's the Hamptons, I think.
Wow.
And they go to their club there.
Kev, I just pulled up an article that said store manager is one of the best jobs you can land at Walmart. They're saying managers can earn $150,000 to $250,000 per year in salary because of bonuses, stuff like that.
Wow.
Okay. See, that's eye-popping, right? That's like, okay.
You're making that kind of money? All right, I'm complaining to you. You're earning the money.
Right. Get ready. Jaybird's coming for you today. Okay, do you have a job whose salary would surprise us? To me, I just really was like, whoa, I was not expecting to see Walmart store managers making an average, that's average again, $175,000. And Jaybird, you just read it could be up to, what was it, $250,000?
Yeah, clearly they got a bonus structure at Walmart, and even they got good payroll there at some of the positions at Walmart.
Yeah, somebody's saying pretty solid stuff. Starts at $11 an hour, even just for the regular employees, and they got good benefits and stuff like that goes with it. So people were singing the praises of working for Walmart, making some cash.
Why is their service so crappy then? You'd think they'd be in a good mood and want to help people.
Right. That is. I mean, because that was, with all the stories that I hear and what you see, you're like, okay, they got to be, obviously people are just, disgruntled, not paying, whatever. But that ain't the case. Yes, I don't know. Great question, Jaybird. But you're right. If they're making that much money now, you got to deal with my complaining.
Hell yeah. Oh, you can't find the key to the cologne section?
Yeah.
I've gone there 5 times. Can I get cologne? Oh, John's got the key. Well, where's John? Oh, he lives in Jupiter. Well, I'm in West Palm. Yeah, John doesn't come back till Wednesday.
Yeah.
What?
You're getting paid enough. You're going to hear me, bitch.
Where's your manager at?
If you need anything with the key, you're screwed, by the way.
I swear they take the key and they eat it.
Yeah, I just gave up on wearing deodorant because I couldn't find anybody with a key.
And I get it. I shouldn't be going to Walmart for my cologne. I get that. But sometimes a guy's in a rough position. You got to get some cologne.
They rolled back prices. It's very intriguing.
She ain't lying.
Somebody said, yeah, Best Buy GM, base salary $68K plus bonuses, put you past $150K.
So what is this thing? How do you get that job? Is there a degree you have to have?
Do you have to work your way up through the ranks?
You probably have to have some qualifications, and it was 8 years, they said, got you to that point.
Okay.
Another place that I've seen people go from the bottom to the top is Publix, and they've got great benefits. And people who have worked at Publix for a long time usually have very, very good things to say about the company.
Somebody said store managers at Albertsons make about $200K a year. My mom's a VP in Boise.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Albertsons, I want to talk about your hot case a little. We'll save that for the podcast.
Okay.
Where is there an Albertsons near here?
There was one on North Lake Boulevard back in '89. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Are you mad from their hot case back in '89?
A little bit, yes.
You need to let it go.
All right.
Joe here from the Pizzle. Tell us a salary that might surprise us here, Joe.
Hey, what's up, KBJ? Yeah, I've gone to my barber since I was 8 years old. And I was talking to him a couple of times, and he owns his own place. He makes well over $100,000 a year, and most of that's cash off the books.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
And he makes his own prices and probably sets his own schedule, so you're your own boss.
He's living the dream.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Cutting some hair, $100K. Dang.
You got to be sick of cutting hair, or you got to love cutting hair. It can't be in the middle, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it would get oh my gosh, because there's so much drama in a salon.
I feel like every single day, at least one person's going to yell at you for not cutting their hair right.
Right.
You'd think.
It's so subjective. You could give somebody a great haircut, and they could not know what a great haircut is, and then they're mad at you, and they want to fight with you about it.
I would get such anxiety being a hair cutter. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't know if they're going to like it. Did I mess it up?
You're definitely clipping an ear.
Oh my gosh, you imagine Jaber is a barber?
So much blood.
But no. Son of a biscuit, take that back. Kevin, back me up. When you didn't have real hair and I cut your hair, I kind of nailed it. I know how to give fades and flat tops.
Uh-huh.
Can I get an amen on that?
Change his name to Nick.
Whatever. He's cool, Kevin, now on the microphone, but off the mic, he'll tell me how good of a barber I was.
Somebody texted in and said Publix retires the most millionaires than any other company.
Really?
Yeah. I had no idea. Another salary shocker. Somebody said, I made $230K last year with bonuses working in the roofing industry over in Naples for hurricane insurance work. I ran crews, and after hurricanes, my salary jumps from about $100K a year to well over $200K. So that's interesting. Yeah, if you're in one of those things where insurance is one of those things where there's just a lot of money flowing and not a lot of accountability.
And there are so many people that profit off of devastation. When hurricanes and storms come through, there are people that watch their salaries quadruple.
Right.
Because of other people's misfortune. It's like, oh.
I know. Yeah.
I would feel so, I would just be sad.
Sometimes when there's pain, there's gain.
Literally.
It's the way the world goes around, though. You know, there's needs, and if you provide the solution, you'll get paid. So is life.
But then you're like, when the hurricanes are coming, you're going to be hurricane hopeful.
Of course.
I don't want to be that.
Well, you don't want people to die. You just want the roofs to get blown off.
If they stayed home and the roof gets blown off, it's not looking good for them.
You don't want anyone to get hurt. You just want their home to be completely devastated.
Yes. I don't want them to die. I just want them to cry a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, emotions move the needle, Virginia. That's how you make the money.
Yeah. Lewis from Jupiter said, I detail private jets and I make about $150K a year.
Whoa.
Right?
Detail private jets.
Yeah.
Is that just you clean them?
Yeah, I think so. Like you have a detailed car.
Wow.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff.
I bet you have to clean them with a Q-tip. I mean, every inch of the private jet must
sure,
just be
yeah.
meticulously clean.
They would complain. I mean, if they felt, ugh.
Look, there's a gnat on my wing.
Exactly. That's what they would say. Somebody said Lowe's actually retires the most millionaires than any other company. Well, we're fighting about that. My uncle retired there after about 30 years and is set for life.
Nice.
Dang, okay.
I want to buy a Subway. Is that off topic a little bit?
It's like a monkey selling bananas, though. You'd eat all the product.
Can you make good money doing that? Owning like a Subway or like a...
I think you can. I think you can make good money with a little restaurant franchise.
Right thing in the right place. Yeah, some will lend more to others, but yeah, I talked to like some people who've done Dunkin' Donuts franchises, and it seems like it's doing pretty well.
You guys want in?
I got a friend who has a convenience store, and he banks.
A little KVJ convenience store? Okay, I am down.
Yeah.
We'll get those pecan logs I've been wanting to bring here to Palm Beach County.
They don't have to be that clean.
Yeah.
Ever been in one?
Our show's such a mess. Can you imagine how dirty our restaurant would be?
No, we'd hire people to take care of it. We'll get a good staff. That's the number one thing we got to do.
We would not be dirty.
Okay.
We would have a good convenience store / subplate, whatever we're going to be into. Let's do this thing.
Okay. Fascinating stuff. Got something else you want to drop on us? 877-979-WRMF. Coming up here in a couple minutes, there's a new study that is out right now that is saying that people are having less sex than they were 20 years ago. And there's one thing that they are blaming. I'll let you know all about that coming up.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ show. Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason, youtube.com/KVJ show.
Talking about some of these salaries kind of blowing us away, just how much money people are making being store managers, whether it be Walmart and Albertsons, stuff like that. Got some crazy stuff. Man, I should have stayed in the grocery game. That was my first, like, kind of my first gig. I mean, I was a paper boy when I was young, but when I got, like, my first, like, real job.
You were a bagger, weren't you?
Yeah, well, that's kind of insulting, Virginia. I was a courtesy clerk.
Okay. Now, was this mullet Kevin or fat Kevin or in between Kevin?
They wouldn't trust fat Kevin in a grocery store.
I don't know if you trust mullet Kevin either. I'm going to rob the place.
Well, fat Kevin's eating the snacks. Mullet Kevin's smoking the ciggies.
Yeah, you're right. I hope
either way, the store's going to take a loss.
Whoops, I'm going to bag that carton of Marlboros right down there in my personal items.
I trust fat Kevin over I trust mullet Kevin.
I don't know. Mullet Kevin's going to also drink your beer.
That's why I trust fat Kevin more.
Okay.
Well, there's a grocery chain in the UK that apparently some people are pretty upset about this new item they've created. It's a delicious sandwich. It's got lettuce, guacamole, bacon, tomato, all those kind of things that are kind of healthy and fun and good. People just don't like the packaging and the name that they've given for this new sandwich. It's the LGBT sandwich. Lettuce, guac, bacon, tomato. And it's got all kinds of packaging that lends you to believe that they are trying to capitalize off of the gay movement. And so they're like, we're not going to buy it. So they're dealing with protests. That store manager's earning his money. Is that upsetting?
You should turn this into a positive and take 20% of all the profits from the sandwich and donate it to a local LGBT organization.
I think some people get annoyed when it's so blatant what you're trying to do. You're trying to say you're trying to do it for a cause, but it's like the Gillette ad thing. Some people were mad, not because they were saying all men are toxic, but it's like, Gillette, you're clearly just trying to make money on this, and you're hiding behind a cause.
Because I'll tell you, honestly, a lettuce, guac, bacon, and tomato sandwich sounds amazing, and that's just up my alley. Like, I would get that.
It does. It's like a salad on a bread.
Right. So if you're sitting around saying, okay, we'll get some notoriety. I mean, we're going to have a radio station in South Florida talk about this, and we're in the UK. Should we go with LGBT sandwich? If we're sitting around the board and we're like going, okay, is this going to be a good idea or a bad idea? Are you thumbs up or thumbs down on it?
As long as you bring a charity side to it and you give back to your local LGBT community.
How do you get upset?
I think it's a positive.
But are they doing a charity thing? Are they definitely doing that?
Not that I know.
So,
I mean, it wasn't in the story. I mean, they may now because that's a great spin on it.
And they have to.
Right.
Now, you have to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, don't get upset about these things, but also see some of these things for what they are. They're trying to make money. It's the end of the day, they're trying to get your money from you.
That's what we're all out here doing, grabbing paper. Everybody.
Yeah, I would buy this sandwich in the first place, and I'd be more apt if it went to any kind of Compass or anything like that, whatever the group might be. It would make me even more inclined to buy it. I would buy this all the time.
But if you're doing that and you're just making the profits, you're hiding behind a cause to make money.
Okay, does that sicken you? And that's where some people are like going, this is sick. I can't believe you do that.
I don't know if it's sick. Look, there's plenty of stuff out there that's sick. I don't know if this is one of them.
Yeah, just don't buy it.
Right.
Or it's like when people hate our show and they get mad about. Just change it. You have the.
That's it, yeah,
You have the ability as an adult to do that.
You can get the other letter sandwich, BLT.
And that's what a lot of people are saying this is a bad idea. This is a BLT with guacamole. It should be a BLTG. And that's what they're saying. You're rearranging the letters
because
just to
you're
be clever,
crafty and clever.
And
well, they're
it's making people really upset for some reason.
It's again. Anytime you start bringing in a cause, and then you're asking people for money, you're going to get people upset.
Some people are really upset who just love the BLT and say, no, you're not changing the name of my sandwich.
I mean, people just are upset to be upset, Kevin.
A BLT with guac sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it? This sounds like a fantastic sandwich, and it's amazing. So many people are so upset.
Everyone's mad. Everyone's mad.
I can't believe it. No.
Everyone's clapping back and everyone's outraged.
Just know, everybody getting all mad, you're giving yourself heart problems.
Life is short.
Thank you. And it's going to be shorter for you when you give yourself a heart attack over something insignificant.
Life really is very short.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Well, would you try this? Snobachi. It's in Ybor City in Tampa there.
Nobachi?
Snobachi. I believe Ybor City. Is that around Tampa? That's the one that's in Tampa, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just wait till you think it out, Virginia. Just tell me when you got an answer.
I've been drinking there, so it's really tricky to remember.
I got you. Okay,
I think it's a big bar district.
It is, yeah. That's kind of like Cigar City, that area. Well, they've concocted what they say is the hottest ice cream in the world.
Oh.
They've mixed in Carolina Reaper peppers and hot sauce into their vanilla flavor, and they've dubbed it the Reaper Roll. They claim it's the hottest stuff I could find, twice as hot as pepper spray.
Oh.
It ranks a 9 million on the Scoville heat scale.
Why would you want that? Why are you gonna?
That's too much.
You're only doing it just to eat something ridiculously crazy. Call it what it is. You're just eating crazy food.
Well, they've done it again. This is kind of like what we're talking about with that delicious LGBT, whatever it is, G sandwich. They're doing this to get some attention, and here's the gimmick. If you can eat a scoop of the ice cream, free ice cream for a year.
I am outraged. I don't know why. I want to be mad.
It just sounds like it's not able to be taken down. I mean, if it's hotter than taking pepper spray to the mouth, I mean, come on, you can't eat that.
Well, that's just it. If you can get it down, and the other thing too, you got to sign a waiver because some people. I mean, it's stuff
it can kill you.
Right, it could. Yeah.
I want a scoop. Let's do it.
You guys, I mean, I've seen you go through major physical distress from eating a pepper that wasn't even as hot as the Carolina Reaper.
I know, and I feel
the Reaper's hotter.
I feel like we've lost our edge a bit. We need to bring one of those bits back. I want Kevin again.
You're older, you're slower, just hang it up.
It's my birthday tomorrow. Can we do that thing we did 2 years ago where I take over the show? It was my greatest birthday gift.
What did you do?
You let me.
I totally. I blacked out that moment of my memory.
Quick, play a song. Play a song, Kevin.
You let me. I got to run the show, and it's Friday, man. Kev, I'm gonna be emailing you all day today about ideas. It's gonna be a rough
run the show. No, so what? Did you come up with the ideas and control the board?
No, what I did was I came up with bits like we did worse or worser, and you all had to play, and it was two options.
Yeah.
One was really bad, and the other one was even worse than that, and you guys had to pick one of them.
And we had to do it.
Yeah, and I remember you picked. I think I made you eat chocolate with mayonnaise, and it was really awful, but you were being so smug, acting like it didn't bother you, but I know deep down it kind of did, but you were playing some psychological warfare. I see what you're doing.
Are we going to play the same games, or is it going to be new games?
Same games. We're not creative enough.
Same awful games.
Worse or worser. We'll play that 3 times.
No, it's going to be worser or worsest now.
Okay. Sounds promising.
People that care about grammar are driving their cars into trees.
I would like to do the dirt tomorrow. I mean, every dirt, Kev. It's his birthday boy's wish.
The whole thing?
Birthday boy's wish.
Okay, you got to talk to Virginia about that.
I mean,
that's
if that's what you want for your birthday, you can have it.
Okay, Kev, we're doing no dirt tomorrow.
So we're doing no dirt?
The dirt's been canceled.
You can't cancel the dirt.
No, I will do the dirt.
You have to do the dirt, or I'll do the dirt.
I will do the dirt, and I'll do it proud, actually.
He doesn't even have the power yet, and he's already mad with power.
Yes, I will do the dirt seriously tomorrow.
Okay.
Put me in coach.
Okay.
I'm ready to play.
It can't be all alien and Bigfoot stories.
It'll be celebrity stories.
About aliens and Bigfoot
No,
encounters.
absolutely not.
All right, you both get a guess here. A new study found people are having less sex than they were 20 years ago. What are they blaming?
Technology.
Okay.
Porn.
It's your guess. What do you think, Virginia?
I know Kevin's probably blaming marriage.
No, come on. No. People who are married are having lots of sex, Virginia.
It's technology, and I think more specific, porn.
Okay.
I'll explain.
Netflix.
Oh, like YouPorn, so easy to find.
People are tapping out. And by
Okay.
the time it's time to get busy, they're not getting busy anymore.
Okay, all right. They say that people are having a lot less sex right now than they were 20 years ago. They're blaming it on one thing. You're saying maybe it's technology, porn, something along those lines?
Technology with a slice of porn thrown in there.
Okay. Slice of porn.
It's juicy.
You think that'd be up in the levels?
No, because I know from two people that they were in relationships and they had opposite schedules, and one was into porn, one was not, and by every time they would go to have sex, one was really tapped out and wasn't able to do it.
Do I know them?
Yes.
I do.
You do? Yeah, you know them. And no, I'm not telling you.
Come on.
Absolutely not. I'll tell Kevin.
Who am I better friends with, the guy or the girl?
You're asking too many questions.
on.
Now get out of here.
Come on, Tiger.
Give him a drink first. He'll...
Yeah, right.
There you go. Give me the drink.
Where's the beer? Where's
Yeah.
the aguardiente?
Yeah. He'll be singing like
That's
a
a truth
canary, this bird will.
Kevin's not lying.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people are setting into a stress, and that's not necessarily too far off. The thing they're blaming for the reason why we're having less sex now than we were 20 years ago, they say, just quote, the sheer pace of modern life.
Oh, what a cop-out answer.
But I think that's it. It's, to me, the statement that, yes, we have added so many things to our schedule that we've removed. Getting busy is part of it. And they just went on saying, yeah, it was all these things that, you know, we got our kids and all this kind of junk, and we feel like we got all these obligations now, and everybody's life is so busy.
Would you say people's self-esteem has gotten worse or better through time? You could argue, oh, everyone's on social media. They must clearly like how they look or whatever. Or is that just a game they're playing with themselves to make them feel like they're part of society?
Oh, I think worse. I think people used to be more on an equal playing field, and now we have the kind of stuff that really puts it in your face.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So that could be a possibility, too. People don't feel sexy enough.
Could be. Yeah, they feel inadequate. Yeah, there's just a lot of things. So, yeah, they just blame it basically on the way we've ratcheted up our society right now. So if you want to have more sex, fight back. Clear up that schedule. Stop committing to so much stuff.
Unclutter it or schedule sex.
Yeah. Some people, they're doing that. Some people trying.
Schedule sex. That sounds real hot.
It does.
3:15, I'm going to be taking off your pants.
You got 2 minutes left. It's on the clock here.
It sounds awful.
I've got an alarm set on my iPhone.
Yeah, it's in the calendar. God.
Yeah.
You should be on third base right now. You're only on first. What's going on?
That sounds so terrible.
So we're having a lot less sex, but we're drinking a ton more booze. That's what's going on. They say the amount of alcohol people drink all over the world has skyrocketed over the past few decades. We're talking 20 years on sex, it's gone down. Past 20 years in booze, 70% more alcohol than we were in 1990.
Wow.
Okay, so good bit less sex, bunch more booze. They say the average adult now has one drink every single day, which, you know, doesn't rock your socks until you think about how many people don't drink at all. And this is evening out the average.
Some of us are picking up the slack for
Oh,
those
yeah.
people that are underperforming.
Did any
Right.
average adult in this room have a drink yesterday? Raise your hand.
Okay, one person.
Okay.
One person in a tiger shirt.
They say by 2030, it's projected that about a quarter of adults in the world will binge drink at least once a month. A quarter, so 25% will binge drink at least once a month. I think that's what, 5 or more cocktails, something like that, 4 or more,
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
This may sound dumb, but binging is where it's at.
Binging is where it's. Wait, Virginia just created another T-shirt for herself.
I don't know if it sounds dumb as it sounds more alarming.
Binging is where it's at.
I can't do it all the time, but when I do it, I get after it.
Oh, we know. We saw you cry in the middle of Piratesville.
Yeah. And if you want to see Virginia cry tomorrow night, Jaybir's birthday live show.
I'll be the one to cry. I'm getting older. One more year closer to death.
We're taking bets. Who cries first? First. I'm not saying the only person. Who's the first person to cry?
No, only beers, no tears.
Okay. Das Craft Beer and Pizza. We're going to be there just after 6 o'clock on Singer Island tomorrow.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
I didn't want to get out of here without making mention of this, a story that you probably saw with the school shooting that happened in Denver on Tuesday. There was a student that was killed there, and boy, they've had just their fair share of them in that area, but this is somebody that needs to be acknowledged. 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo. He actually went after the shooter. He was an aspiring Marine, and he decided to risk his life to save his friends. Things could have been worse. When he saw the gun out, he went after him, got shot in the chest as he lunged for the shooter and lost his life as a result of it. But along with one of his friends, they were able to subdue the shooter. And to me, that's a hero right there. And if somebody needs like a statue ever, of all the statues we put up, that school needs to put up a statue for that 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo.
Amen. Absolutely.
That is definitely a hero move. So that's somebody that hopefully that we'll talk about and acknowledge.
That's the second kid this week in a shooting that confronted the shooter and stopped him from killing students, but lost his life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's terrible that our kids are ever faced with having to be in those hero-type moments, but when they are, they need to be acknowledged. He's 18 years old. His entire life is ahead of him. So much promise and potential and everything that he wants to do, unfortunately, is cut short. But he made a choice where, I mean, he had to think in that moment, hey, I may not get out of this, but other people will because of it.
That's a hero.
Yeah,
I mean,
big time.
that's the textbook definition of a hero.
Yeah, without a doubt. So I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that kid and the sacrifice that he made for his fellow classmates. It's just unbelievable bravery, and you would hope that you would do the same thing if you're in that situation, but who knows? Coming up here in a couple minutes after the show podcasts, we're going to drop that on you, live on YouTube. But before we get there, Jaybird can frame life for you. Make it all positive here.
A mistake which makes you humble is much better than an achievement that makes you arrogant.
Damn. Right? That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after the show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.